M4 టీవీ న్యూస్ కి స్వాగతం. నేటి ముఖ్యాంశాలు. M4 టీవీ న్యూస్ ప్రేక్షకులకు నిజాయితీగా నిర్భయంగా ఎప్పటికప్పుడు తాజా కబుర్లు, భక్తి గీతాలు m4tvnews.com వెబ్సైట్ యాప్ లో ప్రచురితం ప్రత్యేక ప్రసారం చేస్తుంది. వార్తలు, ప్రకటనల కోసం సంప్రదించవలసిన సెల్ ఫోన్ నెంబర్లు 9666665026 9014163335.
Going to bring something interesting from very old, I would say, Bharatiya culture, mixing with a lot of other different culture and trying to teach kids about mixing the root with technology. Would love to understand, Surya, what you do and why you choose this path.
So initially I would like to say that how and why the EdTech needs to intervene in the deep tech. Because here we are seeing that on a daily basis we need a different kinds of skills. We need a highly collaborative work to be done. That can be only possible with an AI and a machine learning simultaneously. So what the part of the EdTech like the company is doing is we have integrated AI with career counseling. So by this we are able to know like what paths the student would love to take, because every person today, you might be here as an engineer or a doctor, maybe a lawyer, but right now there are many fields to explore and there are shortage of people. When you are capable of doing something, we give the right guidance and right career preparation for the student, and especially till the student goes to the career level. Before that, there's something they need to know about the education methodology they need to follow. So I own an education institution back in India called Nalanda. So here what I have done is I have introduced a new concept called Kaizen integrated with the Anvikshi. You know, Kaizen is a popular term, Japanese term, and Anvikshi is a term taken from Chanakya, where the modern culture integrates with the ancient methodology. What will happen? We can take the best of the root level learning and give back to the world. And EdTech, it doesn't matter like how far, when EdTech is growing like a Surgeon Twin or like the problem with education is there are many institutions, they stay in the same level teaching the traditional methods, and maybe they might have changes, but for a certain level of education basis, like we can take our, not just India, but world to a different new level. Because right now what are we learning is a kind of a programmed methodology of an education system. So what I think is there need to be a change, because we have to make paths for the new waters, new intelligence, and for new generations. So this is how the combination of the EdTech and the deep tech should work for.
It takes a lot of time. Coming from tech background, I can probably take this time for the next 3-4 hours. But for the sake of time, probably I'll ask the last question to Surya. We have been hearing probably the fellow panelists, right? Two techies, they are talking tech jargon. Now, as an entrepreneur, when you are adopting technology and then giving the same to the kids, that was your main focus. How do you teach a kid what to adapt, how to adapt? I'll tell you the reason why I'm asking you this question. Internet is for information. How you can extract becomes knowledge. From that knowledge, how you can understand and then get it inside becomes your wisest. What is your process? How do you do?
So here, I'll try to make it a bit interactive.
Sure.
So for example, when I teach the child like how to do, what to do and everything, I ask them, think about some alternatives when we choose the product or choose the food or anything. Let us stick to the basic level. What happens when you see an apple as a child?
You just see the smile, that's it. How they smile.
Apple.
Sorry.
Apple fruit.
How do I see
if you check out an apple, how would you perceive in your brain?
Colors.
Colors. So because I'm a foodie, I feel like to eat. So there's my friend who's like, she won't, if she checks out an apple, she likes to paint it out. So every child has their own perspective. So what I do is I'll ask, like, what are you perceiving out of it? Because as your friend said, if, when you take the technology, when they help the elephants like legs, they felt it as something like a wall, and when they felt the ears, they felt it like a carpet. So when we actually thinking about adapting, we have to ask them how they are adapted to the world. So the first thing, what happens is like when a student, while teaching, we should understand their adaptability before teaching anything. Then we can understand them, how and where they can be adaptable, what they can do with it, and perceiving the right information. Because the same information can be miscommunicated in multiple ways, and that more often happens in education system. Like how many people we've been in the same class. So, for example, I would like to ask you a question. So, when a teacher asks you the same question, sometimes the question might be angry, and sometimes the same question, the teacher might be angry, but might be asking in a very simple way. So, what is your adapting nature through that?
So the thing is, actually, I wanted to ask you a question regarding this too. Because I studied in school in an Indian curriculum.
Okay.
And I went to study, when I studied my university, I was in a French university.
Uh-huh.
And the difference in the curriculum was so widespread. And I realized one thing, as an Indian student, we were actually never taught how to perceive something.
Yes.
It was just told to us, this is XYZ, you take it as XYZ, and no questions asked.
Yes.
So, this is a very welcome change. If someone asks me what I perceive out of a product I'm seeing,
Yes.
it shows my level of interest or lack of interest towards the product.
Got it.
That's
Now,
what I think.
now I think Arjun. Now this is where when the EdTech is intervening with the deep tech. What's happening? The AI and the machine learning are understanding the perspective of the child. Leave it about an adult. But a child has a lot of innovative thoughts. When you have a child, you can actually make out designs from the cloud. That's how an art has been started ages ago. Right? So it's all about how, it's all about the plan behind